dropshipping dead or is dropshipping dying?
Dropshipping is dying.
Dropshipping is dead. Shopify dropshipping is dead.
Now, the truth is, they're right. Okay, everybody's right about dropshipping. It is currently dead in 2024. Not only has it gotten heavily saturated after 2020, it's also gotten very competitive, and it's very hard to scale stores as a beginner. That is, if you're still doing the typical dropshipping methods using Shopify and paid ads, of course. I want to take the time to reveal to you a strategy that I'm using right now that's actually generating me like $3K in this past week, and we're currently sitting at about $311 today. This is completely passive, and this is not using paid ads, this is not using Shopify, and I'm spending maybe 1 hour a week doing this. And to prove it to you, I'll show you a store here that's doing actually close to 3K in this past 7 days alone. All right, today we're sitting at around 311. Now, with full transparency, I'm gonna dive into the store and I'll pull back the curtain on how I'm doing this. But before we do that, I wanna make sure that I keep my promise, because last week I said I was gonna pick one lucky person for a giveaway, and I was gonna give mentorship to replicate this exact strategy. So I'll announce that in the comment section right now. If you wanna enter this week's giveaway, you could go ahead and leave a comment with dropshipping 2024 and just put whatever question, comment, concern, or video suggestion, anything. Put that in the comment section. I'll pick one lucky person who's subscribed to the channel, and you'll get mentorship for me for 1 month, absolutely free. We need to understand why Shopify dropshipping died in the first place. As somebody who straight out of college, I struggled financially. I was in a ton of debt. I was living in the projects. I was looking for a business model that was easy to start, that had zero cost because I didn't have any money. My account was actually in the negative, and I wanted it to be able to scale fast. That was my 3 main priorities when starting Shopify dropshipping. Now, in 2017, Shopify dropshipping was a great option. Nowadays, you're gonna have to spend at least $100 a month just starting a Shopify store. That's after the free trial, of course, and you're gonna have to come out of pocket right away before you make any money. Now, keep in mind, this is you not having to build out the store or sit there for hours trying to design a theme and a website that looks pretty. So before you actually become an entrepreneur, you have to become a web developer first. Shopify's UI for designing a website has gotten much more difficult, and the average beginner won't be able to understand it unless you have experience. And then lastly, this is the part that really kills me, because I love running paid ads, but ads have just been proven to be very inconsistent and unprofitable right now. If you want to get some serious results with your Shopify store, you're gonna have to at least spend 3 to 5K on ads just to see an initial profit, just to test the product, honestly. And that's unheard of. Like back in the days, you could go ahead and start a store, you could run, and within your first $100 spent on ads, you'll start seeing a profit. So you have to spend money on a store, you have to be a web designer, and you have to take an L on the ads in the beginning. We haven't even talked about how competitive it is right now. Everybody's thinking about getting into dropshipping right now, especially after 2020. We all know what happened, right? Everybody wants to make some money. The reason why that's an L is because now everybody's selling the same products. So that's bringing the conversion rates on your stores to an all-time low. I used to get conversion rates of about 3 to 5% on my Shopify stores. Now it's like less than 1% on a store that's doing 100K, which is crazy to me. Now, the good news is when 2020 happened, yes, it started the decline of Shopify dropshipping because it got too saturated, but it also birthed a new opportunity. TikTok was on a rise. And I know for all the people that hated the idea of getting on camera and like dancing and stuff like that, we thought TikTok was just a trend that was gonna leave during the pandemic, but it stood the test of time. If we look at some of the stats right now, right, it says that TikTok surged 40% in 2021 to 655 million users. In 2022, it surged another 15% to 755 million users, and it rise to 834 million in 2023. So imagine 2024. It looks like they're on pace to actually cross 1 billion users. That's 1 billion, 2 billion eyeballs pretty much just staring at an app. TikTok right now knows that they have the world in their fingertips. They have the world in the palm of their hands. And they're even beefing with like the music industry in some way. It's crazy. They got crazy leverage. I think their next beef is gonna be with Shopify because they know that they have the attention. So they started TikTok Shop. Now I did some brief research on it, and right here it says TikTok users spent 3.8 billion on the app throughout 2023, and that's up 15% as well. We all been hearing about it. We know that that's the new wave right now. It's just a matter of how easy can you get on there and see results. So I wanted to put this to test, and I started dropshipping on TikTok Shop for the past 2 to 3 weeks, and this is what I learned. One, to start a TikTok Shop, you gotta be living in the US or the UK right now, but it's very, very simple to start. All you have to do is sign up. It takes about 3 steps. They ask you to verify your identity, which is probably the hardest part, is getting your account approved. But once you're approved, you don't have to pay any money. Unlike Shopify, you don't have to pay a monthly subscription to keep your store up and running. You also don't have to be a professional web developer and build out a crazy fancy website, because the shopping happens right on the TikTok platform, so you don't need a site. The second thing I noticed is that the conversion rates are actually very, very high. So I'm gonna dive into the analytics here. I want to show you guys a little bit more on what's going on. So just for today alone, we're at a conversion rate of about 4.2%. This is effortless conversion rate, by the way. And we're not paying ads and driving people to a turd, right? The conversion rates are a lot higher because it's happening right on TikTok. So people trust the platform and they're probably already searching for a product and ready to buy. So you don't have to do any convincing and running some paid ad. You can run ads, but it's optional. Now, the third thing I've noticed is that you actually get a lot of free traffic. Now, of course, this is the results for the last 7 days. If I open it up to the last 2 weeks, we can see that we crossed 4K, and you can see the trend here is just growing, consistently growing. It has its little dips, but overall the trend and the line is linear. The reason why it's growing consistently is because TikTok has its own built-in SEO, so your products can rank organically. As you can see, some of the traffic that we're getting is from our own content and affiliate content, and we're averaging like 5,000 visitors every 15 days, which is insane. Imagine having to get 5,000 visitors to your store just running paid ads on Instagram or Facebook. The average cost per click is about 50% if your ad is good. So that would mean that this will cost you right here $2,500 just to get the same amount of traffic, but I spent $0 on this. Now, the combination of not having to build out a website, having high conversion rates, and not having to pay for ads makes this the perfect opportunity for the beginner to come in and make some initial money and initial profits passively online in 2024. This is the new dropshipping, all right? I'll admit it. As somebody who's been doing dropshipping on Shopify for the past 7 years, I've made millions of dollars. I'll put a screenshot so you can see. To put this in perspective, my first time dropshipping in 2017, it took me about 3 months to hit like my first, I don't know, I would say 5K in sales, but we just did that in about 3 weeks over here. So like the growth is obviously there. Now, to be honest with y'all, I thought about gatekeeping this, all right? But because you subscribe to this channel and because I really mess with y'all mafia, like y'all have done a lot for my channel, y'all have drastically changed my life as well, I want to put y'all on, all right? I want y'all to be first to the party. So I put together a free course. I'm gonna put the link in the description or the comment section somewhere. And yeah, I'll make it free for like the first 500 of y'all that join, okay? But I want to make it a very exclusive thing because I don't want this to get as saturated as well. I'm gonna reveal my strategies in depth in there. And yeah, definitely take advantage of that right now. Now, before you go run into the free course, hold on, because I need you to understand that in my experience for the past 7 years doing this, which is crazy to say, by the way, what I've noticed is that these trends come and go, okay? There's always a new trend of making money. There was the Bitcoin trend. There was the, the crypto stuff going on. There's the sports betting. I think that's happening right now. What I've noticed is that the people who come in early and the people who come in first, they're the ones that's able to profit and stay in the game during the long run. I know TikTok is gonna put restrictions on who can actually sell on their platform. So you wanna get in early because we don't know if it's gonna be this easy 2, 3, or 4 months down the line. Get in right now while you can and lock in your position. Get those profits. Now, when you join that free course, I'll definitely walk you through like finding a product for TikTok Shop and, setting up your first product, how to actually get free traffic. This is results without actually having to contact influencers. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna keep scaling this thing. But yeah, to summarize everything, Shopify dropshipping might be dead, but dropshipping in itself is a business model that's here to last, and you can apply it to TikTok Shop right now. Catch you on the next video.